What better way to start the day with a little change of scenery? Clearly this isn't my normal Coffee with Cody spot. Today I'm actually downstairs in the apartment that I rent out, talking about really fun stuff today. Are you ready for it? Today's topic, when your heating system malfunctions and a tiny little part like this is the cause. Welcome back, guys, with Coffee with Cody. Today, as I said, we're talking about heating systems. How fun. Kind of coincidence because, well, outside today, it's cold, it's snowy, and we've got even worse weather coming. It's always good to know that your heating system is working the way it should. So, I was talking about this guy. This guy is a pressure relief valve, and this thing wreaked havoc on this apartment. A little over a month ago, the pressure relief valve malfunctioned and was no longer operating the way it should have been. So when it stopped working, it started to drain all of the water out of the furnace and down onto the floor in the apartment. So you have this other thing called an expansion tank. And when the pressure relief valve started to malfunction, it then caused the expansion tank to malfunction, filling up with water. Now, only a quarter of the expansion tank should have water in it, right at the top, and then the rest is all air. My expansion tank had 5 gallons of water in it. The pressure relief valve couldn't handle this amount of pressure, so what it did is started draining all the water down onto the floor as I. Now, normally, you'd pick up on this pretty quickly if you're living in the same space as your heating system. I, however, am not. I live upstairs. So unfortunately, this message got to me pretty late. By the time I came down to assess the damage, too much was already done. Instead of it being a $200-300 fix, it's turned into thousands of dollars. Flooring having to be ripped up, having to be replaced, parts having to be replaced, everything. It's been a mess. So, I've got 2 tips for you this week. 1, make sure you're servicing your heating system at least once a year. People tend to think that, oh, you can just check on it maybe every 5 years. But these types of parts, like the pressure relief valve and the expansion tank, these things need to be checked on to make sure that they're working properly. Tip number 2, make sure your tenants thoroughly communicate with you the moment something goes wrong in the apartment. That way, you get ahead of the damage and can clean everything up and make sure that there's no further damage. Alright, everyone, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for tuning in. And I will see you next week. Make sure you subscribe so you're here every single week with me, tuning in to Coffee with Cody. Have a great weekend, everybody. Cheers.